Good morning, gang. Happy Thursday morning. Well, here we come to the end of the month. It's the 29th. And the end of the month rolls around, and that means bills are due in a few days, right? Mortgage bill, depending on your cycle, your electric bill, phone bill, TV bill if you got one, car payment, whole nine yards. This is when we all get to look at the paychecks and go, okay, give my money to somebody else. Let's take a look at something here. Now, again, this is putting the puzzle pieces together, seeing how everything works in conjunction with each other. You guys know a lot of times I will talk about alternative power for your house and why I think it's a good idea. And then, of course, you always have somebody that asks me, it's like, how can you be pro-solar for your house but anti-solar for a community? And the answer is pretty simple, okay? But we need to take a look at it as a whole. Now, you guys, if anybody's been following the channel for at least this year, you know I converted a good portion of my house to solar, all right? And Mrs. P and I have been running on it now for about 4 months, and it's doing fine, no problems. We generate enough electricity to use about 10 kilowatt hours a day in the house. Somebody say, well, that's nothing. Yeah, we use about 40 kilowatt hours on average over a day over these summer months. It's because my HVAC system is not hooked into solar. HVAC just uses a boatload of power, and I don't have a setup nearly big enough to run that. Sure, I could. I'd drain my batteries in 5 hours and I'd have no power. And that's if I was full every day. Solar's a decent option, but for a house. And okay, fine, it's going to cut my electric bill 25%. I'm not complaining about that. Anywhere I can save a little bit of money right now, going forward, I'll take, because we all know that electricity prices aren't coming down. I mean, we can take a look at this year, and on average, electricity prices are up 8.6% across the country. Maybe it is in your place, maybe it isn't in some other place, depending on how it goes. But the issue is this scream for clean energy. And I'm going to give you a couple examples. We could talk about natural gas, which natural gas is a very clean burning fuel. They could complain about coal, but we've been running clean coal for decades now. But okay, we'll take those out. But nuclear energy is the one that really should be used. Now, of course, there's others. A lot of my energy here is generated by hydro. There's multiple ways to do it. Wind, okay, whatever. But nuclear energy is a big one. And they're phasing it out all over the place. And this is why you need to consider some sort of alternate energy to generate yourself, because it's just going to get more expensive. How much more expensive? Well, why don't we ask the people in New Jersey? And some of you guys in Jersey can verify this in the comments if you want. But you've got Governor Murphy, Phil Murphy's energy master plan up there, okay, where his goal is to have New Jersey running completely on clean energy by 2050, okay? Just 25 years from now, right? If you have a baby today, the kid's graduating college. All right, so they've been phasing out all their nuclear power plants, okay? Moving to solar, wind, or whatever they could. Congratulations to the people of New Jersey. Their electric bills have doubled this year. Think about what your electric bill is, okay? $100, $200, $300, whatever it is. And now go, what if it's 2? What if it's 4? What if it's 6? What do I cut back? Okay. You know, electric bill here in the summer months has been running us around $150, which isn't bad, okay? That's running the garage, any power tools, my HVAC system, the doorbell, stuff that I didn't hook up to solar. Our main stuff that we have is hooked up. And so, okay, at least it's affordable. I don't want to see a $300 electric bill with me generating the power I can. Okay. So this is what's going on. You get the large solar farms, if you will, that have to be put somewhere, which means, okay, we've got to buy farmland or something, putting it on top of a skyscraper or anything, these brilliant ideas. Hey, we'll put it on top of parking stalls or anything. Sure, it's good, but it's not going to generate nearly enough power. I mean, as I told you one time, oh God, it's got to be a year ago, I did the math just to power all the vehicles. If we went to 100% electric vehicles in the country, personally owned vehicles, no delivery trucks, no semis, no nothing, just the car in your driveway. If all of them are electric, in order to power those, we would have to cover the entire states of Utah and Nevada with solar panels to power those. That's what it would take. Okay. I don't think the people in Utah and Nevada are going to like the fact that their house is now covered with solar panels. I mean, like over the top. But let's take a look at another one. Germany. Again, watch what happens in Europe because it's coming here. Germany has, for the last 20 years, been trying to phase out their nuclear program. Or has been. And the stories now come out that over the last 20 years, it's cost Germany Germans, the people, $600 billion in more energy cost. Okay, $30 billion a year, or $3 billion a year. No, $30 billion a year. $30 billion a year is what the people in Germany have paid in electricity because they decided to go for solar. And you guys all know the stories of, oh my God, it snowed. We have no electricity. The solar panels are all covered, right? Now I'm going to give you this. Germany is a country that is about the size, a little bit smaller than, the state of Montana. That's it, okay? Now, what happens here? If it's $30 billion more for German people a year, I don't know, what would you say? The United States is 20 times the size of Montana? So we're going to pay an extra $600 billion a year in electric costs to do this? I have no doubt that somewhere in the future, technology will improve and the world can go to some sort of renewable energy. It ain't today, okay? Not on a large scale. When they can make solar panels that are now, 2 foot by 4 foot or 3 foot by 4 foot, when they can make them that they're that big and generate the same amount of energy, maybe then we have a possibility of doing it. But even then, you still have the issue with, gee, it's not a sunny day. Mrs. P and I have had that. Get a couple of cloudy days, I have to recharge my batteries off the grid, or I don't use any electricity. Those are my choices. Okay. You need to look at alternatives for yourself, okay? And for some people, that could mean solar. For some people, that could mean wind. There's probably a few people out there who have a running stream in their backyard that they could put some sort of water wheel out there. I'm just saying, there is no one size fits all. Everybody's different. But I want you to think about what you can do. This upcoming month, September, we've got quite a few new things I'm going to be showing you, small, medium, and large, that I've been in touch with some companies about, some deals and things. And those will be upcoming, and I encourage people, if they're looking for it, to take advantage. I had somebody yesterday did it the exact same way I did. They putting pieces together over a couple of years as they could afford it, and they're now at the final end and just asked me about how to do something with solar panels. Okay, and I got no problem helping somebody out. Explain how some of this works. I had to do all the research, all the learning. I don't mind sharing that information so you don't have to spend the countless hours doing it. Okay. But think about it, because we know the rumors that are out there about a grid down situation before the election. Okay? That might happen. It could be, EMPs, we talk about that occasionally. That shuts down everything. Guys, it's something as simple as a graphite bomb. If you know what that is, graphite is highly conductive. And all you have to do is dump some graphite over a substation and it shorts the whole thing out. Okay. Yeah. And don't think that that's some pie in the sky idea. The U.S. used those in Iraq and Afghanistan to kill the power. Pretty simple. Okay. And it doesn't have to be on the end of a missile or something like that. Just look at your situation. See if you can figure out something. At least do something backup for your critical stuff. Whether that's, you need a CPAP, a little one will do you fine, $350, and you can make sure you've got that. If you need medicine that is refrigerated and you've got at a minimum, have one of those little dorm room type refrigerators, little square ones that the kids in college have, to keep your insulin or, some antibiotics or whatever have to stay cold. At least running something like that at a minimum. You can get a little generator like that for a few $100 and you're done. Okay. But at least something maybe for your perishable food, a refrigerator, maybe your freezers. I'm not saying go do it for your entire house. If you want to, if you can afford it, go for it. Okay. But at least your critical stuff. People would say, well, I don't need a lamp. I've got lanterns or oil lamps or flashlights, and that's fine. Okay. I get it. Everybody's got different financial ability. But the stuff that's critical to being alive, make sure you cover that, because if your bill doubles or triples or keeps going up, with Bidenomics, what do you have left to cut? We've all cut the cord on TV. We've all canceled subscriptions. People are eating 1 meal a day or 2 meals a day now. That's all over the news because they can't afford to eat 3. You're seeing people eating junk food because the healthy food is too expensive. Hence RFK trying to convince Trump to make America healthy again. Yeah. Take a look at this. Belt tightening's over. It's time to take a shift in our ideas. Have a good one. Pinball out.